गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीर वनचारी यमुना तीर वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय प्रभुपद 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 श्रील प्रभुपद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 श्रील प्रभुपाद ताई गौर हरि बार हरि बार हरि बार गौर हरि बार जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोत श्री श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ऐसे भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की इस्कॉन ब्यूटी फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रोत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की साक्षात वैराग्य मूर्ति श्रील गौर किशोर महाराज की सच्चिदानंद श्रील भक्ति ठाकुर की वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबू महाराज की श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ, श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ, षड गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से गौर श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की, श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपिनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, वृंदावन धाम की जय, मायापुर धाम की, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, श्री श्री राधा गोलोकानंद की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं, देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया, भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. Okay. Hare Krishna. So first of all, I would like to seek the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas. Especially, we have many senior devotees here. Advait Prabhu is there and others also. So, please kindly bless me so I could offer some humble service. I was expecting some projection, so I don't know whether will it possible. So today is also just now I checked, I got some reminder. Today is also the very auspicious disappearance day of Srila Abhiram Thakur, one of the associate of Lord Chaitanya. Although I had some other topic in my mind, but somehow in the morning when I saw the verse, something connected with that verse. The Bhagavatam verse speaks about the Shruti Phala. After hearing the whole narration of Prithu Maharaj, if someone hears this narration, what are the different material benedictions has been awarded. That has been mentioned. But then I was thinking about the greatest benediction. Although from last 6 days we are also hearing from Ramayana, and there's also Ramayana also it mentions about if someone has some difficulties in their life, someone is going through some difficult situation, if he hears or reads a specific section of Ramayana, especially Valmiki Rishi also speaks about the Sundarkand section, where how Hanumana went for the search of Sita to Lanka. So there also it speaks about if someone hears that, then if you're having some difficulties, that will be removed. Similarly here also in this section that has been mentioned. But then I was hearing from another devotee why such kind of material benedictions sometimes. Although we say that Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartho Mahan. Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless, the most pure, and the beginning. Hare Krishna. In the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam speaks about Dharma Prochita Kaitavotra Parmo nirmat saranam satam, that all the cheating religion has been kept out from Srimad Bhagavatam, is about the pure love of Krishna. Then why such things are mentioned? So one of the explanation what I heard from a devotee is it's like a sugar coated medicine. They are, I don't know, like a homeopathy. They are like small pills are there. So in that, like externally there is a sweetness, but inside is the medicine. So sometimes those who are materially motivated, those who have some material desires, for them such kind of description is mentioned. But when you hear and read those pastimes, then like we hear about Dhruv Maharaj also. Dhruv Maharaj was having the desire to get the topmost place in this whole creation. And when Dhruv Maharaj performed the austerity, and after the performing the austerities, when he got the darshan of the Supreme Lord, his heart got completely purified. And then Dhruv Maharaj says that, what is that verse? Sthanabhilashi tapasi sthitoham Tvam praptavan deva munindra guhyam Kachan vichinvan api divya ratnam Swami krutarthosmi varam nayachet. And Dhruv Maharaj says there that Sthana Bhilashi, I was aspiring for the topmost place in this creation. Sthan Abhilashi, Sthan ki Abhilasha se, with the desire to get the topmost place. Tapasi Sthitoham, I was situated in performing the austerities. Tvam Praptavan, and after performing those austerities, I have attained you. Tvam Praptavan Deva Munindra Guhyam. One who is even the yogis, the rishis, the munis, they also cannot attain Krishna, but that Krishna has been achieved by Dhruv Maharaj. So when you are there, Kachan Vachinvan Api Divya Ratnam, he says. Means I have the diamond in front of me, and then I was looking for the broken glasses. Kachan Vichinvan Api Divya Ratnam. मैं कांच के टुकड़े चाहता था और दिव्य रत्न मिल गया. And I was hearing the explanation from one senior devotee why Dhruv Maharaj speaks about broken glasses. So I don't know, at least in the Vedic culture, if you have the mirror and the mirror gets broken, it's inauspicious to keep that mirror at your home. And another thing is one may get injured also. So the two results of the broken glass is it's inauspicious, and second thing, it will bring some kind of harm to you. So similarly, anything in this material creation other than Krishna will give these two results, it's mentioned. So Swami Krutarthosmi Varam Nayachet. Now my heart has completely been purified. I don't want anything else. I still remember once I was hearing from His Holiness Bhakti Vishrambhava Madhav Swami Maharaj, who departed last year. I think many of them. And Maharaj was having this habit that he was having his Giriraj Shila, Krishna Balram. And whenever he used to come to our place, he'll ask for, okay, bring me milk, bring me yogurt. And then he'll perform the Abhishek, almost like 1-2 liters milk and yogurt. He will perform the Abhishek. And then he will fill up all his bottles. And throughout the day, he will just drink the Charanamrita. And then I asked him, Maharaj, like, why you always drink Charanamrita? And then he quoted the verse from Chaitanya-charitam, where Krishna says, So Charanamrita divo, vishay bhulaivo. How you can become free from the material desires. So Krishna says that, what is that verse? Ama bhaje vishya mage, ei bado murkha. There's some verses there. That someone is performing the devotional service and then aspiring for the material benediction. Ama bhaje vishya mage, ei bado murkha. He is a foolish person if someone goes to Krishna and asks for the material benedictions. But then Krishna says, I am also very clever. If someone comes to me, what I will do? I will give him my Charanamrita. And Swa Charanamrita dibo vishay bhulaibo. I will give him my Charanamrita, and if someone will drink my Charanamrita, the first thing his material desires will get finished. The same thing I was hearing when I asked someone like especially Ramayana and in Bhagavatam also. At many places it speaks about like, I skipped the today's verse also. I was expecting something else. Why such material benedictions are given? Although those material benedictions are there, that one becomes rich and then one becomes famous, this thing. I heard the explanation on the first words of Nectar of Instruction. Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam jivva vegam udropastha vegam etan vegan vishahet dhira sarvam apimam prithvim sashishyat. When this verse was composed by Srila Rupa Goswami, so it's mentioned that actually Srila Rupa Goswami composed this verse for Jiva Goswami when Srila Rupa Goswami was counseling Jiva Goswami. That's the time when he quoted this verse. And if you hear the verse, Sarvam apimam prithvim chashishyat, one can become the Jagat Guru. So everyone wants to become the Jagat Guru. So the first verse speaks about how you can become the spiritual master for the whole world. So it's like very ambitious. Everyone wants to become the Guru, everyone wants to become the topmost. So you can become Sarvam api mam prithvim sashishyat. So there it has been mentioned why Rupa Goswami is saying. It looks like something like some material ambitions want to become the Guru in the world. But then I heard when you conquer all these 6 Vegas, Vacho Vegam, Manasa Vegam, Krodha Vegam, Jiva. So by practice of pure Krishna consciousness, when you will conquer all these Vegas, the desire to become Guru will get vanquished. You won't be having that desire anymore. So that's the beauty of this Krishna consciousness. Okay, I don't know. Okay, I'll just so the topic which was hanging in my mind was about this pure Krishna consciousness which has been awarded to us by Srila Prabhupada and especially by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's the most rare thing. As I think it's in Chaitanya-charitam where it speaks about Sansara Sindhu Tarane Hridayam Yadi Syat Sankirtanam Mrutarasa रमते मनश्चेत् प्रेमाम्बुधौ विहरणे यदि चित्तवृत्ति चैतन्यचन्द्रशरणे चैतन्यचन्द्रचरणे शरणं प्रयातु. These are the three aspirations Chaitanya-charitam speaks about. Sansara, it speaks about two different oceans. First ocean, like we are around the ocean, we are surrounded by the ocean here in Mauritius. So there are two oceans. One is called as Sansara Sindhu and second is called as Prema Sindhu. So he says, Sansara Sindhu Tarane Hridayam Yadi Syat. If you have this desire in your heart that you want to cross this material ocean of birth and death, so that is the first thing. Sansara Sindhu Tarane Hridayam Yadi Syat. And second thing, Sankirtana Amruta Rasa Ramate Manaschet. Sankirtana Amruta Rasa. Okay, got it. And you want to drown yourself, you want to relish the rasa of Sankirtana Amruta. The first aspiration, if you have, is you want to cross this ocean of birth and death. Second, you want to drown yourself in Sankirtan Amrut. And third thing, he speaks, Premam Buddhau Viharane Yadi Chitta Vritti. Premam Buddha. Premam Buddhi matlab means the ocean of love, the pure love, Krishna Prema. Premam Buddhau Viharane Yadi Chitta Vritti. And you want to vihara karna. You want to relish this, you want to drown yourself in this love of Krishna Prem, Chaitanya-charitam Sharanam Prayatu. One must take shelter of Lord Chaitanya in this Kali Yuga. And then he speaks, Chaitanya-charitam, that not only by taking shelter of Lord Chaitanya one will get Krishna Prem, but if one takes shelter of the associates of Lord Chaitanya, then only one can achieve the Prem of Vraja, of Vrindavana. And there it speaks Chaitanya-charitam, Acharya Dharmam Paricharya Vishnum Vicharya Tirthani Vicharya Vedan Vina Gaura Priyapada Seva Vedadi Dushprapya Padam Vidanti. So there it says the four things: Acharya Dharmam Paricharya Vishnum Vicharya Tirthani Vicharya Vedan. First things, Acharya Dharmam. If someone performs his Varnashram Dharma perfectly, Acharya Dharmam. So Dharma means Varnashram Dharma. It translates. If someone performs the Varnashram Dharma perfectly. Second thing, Paricharya Vishnum. And one has sufficiently performed the deity worship of Sri Krishna. One is practicing the Varnashram Dharma. One is also very nicely doing the deity worship. Third thing is Vicharya Tirthani. And one has done one has gone to all the tirthas, Kumbh Mela, and has done all the different parikramas, all tirtha yatras, has gone to all the holy places. Vicharya Tirthani. And fourth part is Vicharya Veda. One has thoroughly studied all the Vedas. Even after doing these four things, Acharya Dharmam, Varnashram Dharma ka acharan, Paricharya Vishnum, Vishnu ki archana, Vicharya Vedan, Vicharya Tirthani, तीर्थों में विचरण, विचार्य वेदान, और सब वेदों का विचार कर लिया. Vinana Gaura Priyapada Seva. But one has not rendered sufficient service to Gaura Priyapada Seva. If one has not served the Vaishnavas, the devotees who had taken shelter of Lord Chaitanya, Vedadi Dushprapya Padam Vidanti. That benediction which is even rarely attained through the Vedas, Vedadi Dushprapya Padam Vidanti, one cannot achieve. So in other words, it says that by taking shelter of the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, only one can attain the shelter of, one can attain that Madhurya Prem. Okay, we have this. Maybe. I think maybe I should move forward. So there are two topics now. One I was about to enter into the pastimes. So Abhiram Thakur is a dearmost associate of Lord Chaitanya, was known for, I think, two most important things as much as I remember. One is he was having the very special whip, you say, chabuk. That if he like beat anyone with that whip, immediately he will get the Krishna Prem. That was speciality Abhiram Thakur was having. I think once he was beating Srinivas Acharya, Abhiram Thakur, and immediately he started feeling ecstasy, Ashta Sattvic Vikara, and then devotees have to stop him. He won't be able to digest this much Krishna Prem in this mortal body. And another thing, remember that that is also about Abhiram Thakur. Like if you offer the obeisances to any Vaishnava, if you offer obeisance to any devotee, and if that devotee is having some material desires in the heart, and Abhiram Thakur will offer the obeisances, then immediately that person will die. Can you just imagine if he comes and he offers obeisance to us? We are having so many desires, full of material desires. So there's a pastime of, I think, Raghunandan Thakur. So Raghunandan Thakur was a small kid, and Abhiram Thakur came to know that Mukunda has got the son. So okay, I want to meet. So the devotees were very scared if Abhiram Thakur will think about offering obeisance to anyone. So as soon as they came to know that Abhiram Thakur was coming, immediately I think they have sent the Raghunandan to some distant place. But then finally, Abhiram Thakur found Raghunandan Thakur, the small child. And as soon as he saw Raghunandan Thakur, immediately offered the obeisances. But then Raghunandan Thakur was still alive. So immediately all the devotees, they realized that Raghunandan Thakur, from the beginning of his life, he was completely free from all material desires. And also I think, I'm not sure, I think it's about deities also, no? Like if Abhiram Thakur will offer obeisances to any deity, and if Krishna is not present there, Krishna is Swatantra Ishwar, Krishna is supremely independent. You cannot force Krishna. Sometimes we think sometimes like the devotees make the offering plate, and then we keep in front of Krishna, and it's not that every time Krishna will eat. So Krishna is also person. Sometimes he doesn't have the mood to eat. So if like Duryodhan, when he made so many preparations, he was trying to offer, and Krishna said that, in Hindi they say that Preeti or Vipatti. only in two situations one will eat food at someone's home. तो कृष्णा ने कहा कि अगर प्रीति हो तो स्वीकार करेंगे या विपत्ति में हो तो स्वीकार करेंगे. तो तुम्हारे साथ मेरा प्रेम नहीं है और मैं कोई से विपत्ति में हूँ नहीं. We don't have a loving relation just now. They had when he went as a peace messenger and Duryodhana was trying to arrest him, and then Krishna revealed his universal form. And then Krishna went to Vidura's place to take the prasadam. So it's not necessary sometimes that Krishna will, only because we have taken shelter of a pure devotee who is Srila Prabhupada. So I heard from one of the senior Vaishnavas that generally whatever worship we do, we offer only to Srila Prabhupada because we don't have that qualification. This is a famous verse by Sripada Ramanucharya, which has been quoted by Srila Rupa Goswami in Sripad Dyavali. I don't remember the whole verse where it speaks about, Sripad Ramanucharya speaks of, while offering the food, I still remember, I think we have one senior devotee from VIG, Prashanta Mataji. She used to quote this verse. And so in that verse, he says, Ramanucharya speaks that, O Krishna, you accept the food out of the love and affection from the hands of Mother Yashoda. You accept the food from Kaushalya, from Vidurani, from the hands of Shabri. You accept the butter from the gopis of Vrindavan. But all of these devotees, they were having that pure love for you, the affection, and I don't have such love and affection. So I don't know how you will accept this insignificant offering, which doesn't have any pure motivations. So it's mentioned that if the services are not performed with love and affection, sometimes Krishna also leaves the deity form. Although deity is there, but Krishna doesn't live in that deity. He's not obliged to always live there. So it's mentioned that Abhiram Thakur, whenever he used to offer obeisances to the deity, and if Krishna is not present, the deity will break. So he was very so Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityan's associates were a little magical. So this is one of the very famous pastime about Abhiram Thakur, and there are many more. According to Gaud Ganudesh Deepika, Pura Shri Dam Namad Bhi Ramodhna Mahan Dva Trishta Janaireva Bahyam Kashtamuvah Yah. So also this pastime is there, that Pura Shri Dam Namadi. So in the Krishna Lila, one who was known as Sridham, he only appeared in Lord Chaitanya's pastimes as Abhiram. It's mentioned there. Abhiram Goswamir Pratap Prachanda Yar dekhi kape sada durjaya pashanda Nityananda aveshe उन्मत्त निरंतर जगते वेदित यार कृपा मनोहर. This is from Bhakti Ratnakar. So it mentions that Abhiram Goswamira Pratapa Prachanda. Abhiram Goswami is the influence, we can say, the effect was Prachanda. It was very powerful. यार देखे कापे सदा दुर्जय पाषंड. All the Pakhandis and the Durjanas, they were very much scared whenever they used to see Abhiram Thakur. Why? Nityananda Avesha Unmatta Nirantara Jagate Vidita Yara Krupa Manohara. It's mentioned that he was always intoxicated in the mood of Lord Nityananda. Jagat Vidhi Tayara Kripa Manohara. And in the whole world, his mercy was known. Ramadas Abhirama Sakhya Prema Rashi Shola Sangir Kashta Tuliye Karila Vamshi. Ramadasa Abhirama Sakhya Prema Rashi. He was aboard of Sakhya Prema. So what used to do Abhiram Thakur? Shola Sangir Kashta Tuli Ye Karilo Vamshi. There was like big, you can see the tree was there. The wood was there, very big wood. 16 sang, the length was very long. 32 people were required just to lift that wood. All 32 people will lift that wood, and Abhiram Thakur, what will do? He used to play flute with that tree. So, Chaitanya-charitam, in Chaitanya-charitam, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami speaks about. But this different edition, Chaitanya-charitam says that 32 devotees used to lift that tree. And Abhiram Thakur single-handedly used to play the flute. But Bhakti Ratnakar says 100 people also couldn't lift that tree. It was like very heavy. Just a few days before we were there in Bangalore with his Loknath Swami Maharaj. And there Maharaj also speaking about the Dai Chida also. And there he mentioned how Kaviraj Goswami speaks about the associates of Lord Nityananda. Many of these Lord Nityananda, what they used to do? They used to remove the tree. So झाड़ को उखाड़ देते थे. They used to remove the tree and they used to start playing the tree as a flute. The same thing is mentioned here. Shata, so Bhakti Ratnakar quotes like this: Shatadhika loke yare nare chalaite Hena kaste vamshi kare dharile nahate. So Shata adhika loke. There it speaks about 32 people in Chaitanya-charitamrut, and here Bhakti Ratnakar says Shata adhika loke yare nare chalaite. Even 100 people couldn't lift the tree. And about Abhiram Thakur, Hena kashta vamshi kari dharile nahate. And Abhiram Thakur used to very easily lift that as a vamshi and used to play this. So like this, these are like very inconceivable pastimes, we can say. And also, I'll just read another section of Bhakti Ratnakar. Maybe I'll skip this now. There's a different presentation. ओहे श्रीनिवास को तो कहिबे तुम्हारे जीव उद्धारिते अवतीर्ण विप्र घरे. So Srinivas, it's speaking to Srinivas Thakur. Jiva uddharite avatirna vipragare. That Abhiram Thakur has appeared in the family of Brahmana to deliver all the living entities. Sarva Shastra Pandita Parama Manorama. And he was the most scholarly. Abhiram Thakur was very scholarly. Nritya Gita Vadya Visharada Nirupama. And he has that expertise. Nritya, Gita and Vadya. In dancing, in singing and in playing all the instruments. So Nritya Gita Vadya Visharada Nirupama. Prabhu Nityananda Balaramera Ichhate Korila Vivaha Vigya Viprera Gruhete. And when Lord Nityananda had instructed that you should get married, so after getting the instruction from Lord Nityananda, Abhiram Thakur got married. Shri Abhirama Patni Nama Shri Malini Tahar Prabhavayat Kahite Na Jani. What to speak of Abhiram Thakur, even the wife of Abhiram Thakur, her pastimes also were inconceivable. Bhakti Ratnakar speaks about that. So like that, this is just some things I just found just now. So as Lord Chaitanya also says, Amar bhaktera puja amahaite bado Vede bhagavata prabhu sada kaila druda. So Lord Chaitanya has exhibited this lesson from his own pastimes. Amara bhaktera puja amahite bada. What Bhagavatam Krishna speaks to Uddhava, Mad bhakta pujaya bhyadikaha. Greater than worshipping Krishna is the worship or the service to the Vaishnavas. So same thing is mentioned. Amara means glorifying Krishna is very nice. I think someone has told me. If you chant the name of Krishna, it's doubtful whether you will be able to remember Krishna or not. But as soon as you say like in India, it's very famous, even must be in different parts of the world. As soon as you say Mirabai, what happens? What you remember? Mirabai was known for as a Krishna Bhakta. So as soon as you say Tukaram, there is in Maharashtra. So you remember Vitthal. As soon as it's Haridas Thakur, then you remember like was constantly chanting the holy name. So that doesn't mean that okay, we should give up the Hare Krishna Mahamantra chanting and we should start chanting the names of devotees. But the point which is mentioned here, like by remembering the Vaishnavas, like even in this Katha also I was speaking the first day. Jahan haite vigna nash abhishta purana. HG Anant charana vandan jahan haite vigna nash abhishta purana. So by remembering the Vaishnavas and by offering obeisances to them, one also gets these two benedictions. Vigna nash abhishta purana. I still remember in my early days, I had this habit. Every day morning when I used to get up, after taking bath, the first thing I used to do is like chanting this Shad Goswami Ashtakam. And then one of the senior leader, when he saw that, he was with me, he said, hey, you always sing this is good. And then he quoted this verse, Yaha haite vignanash abhishta puran. Whatever difficulties one might be having in the practice of Krishna consciousness gets removed. All the anarthas gets removed by remembering the 6 Goswamis. And second thing is Abhishta Purana. The spiritual desires gets fulfilled by serving those. So, so it's more important also for us. Just recently during the Gaur Purnima, I was discussing with many devotees what to speak of the outside people, even the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, even the ISKCON devotees, those who got initiated. Sometimes they also don't have full conviction about Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself. They say Krishna is okay, Ram is okay, but Chaitanya is really the God. So it's very important for us to hear about Lord Chaitanya and also about the Lord Chaitanya's devotees. So at least whenever we get this opportunity during the appearance and disappearance day, to a certain extent we hear. But we should be, I still remember once I was in Pune, his own is Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He used to have this yatras once in a year. And I joined that yatra. So there in India, in one of the places, Pune it's called, they had this 2 days yatra. And then the first day Maharaj spoke about Srinivasa Acharya. And he went on speaking for almost 4, 5, 6 hours. It started like almost 8 o'clock, then 9, then 10, then 11. It went on and on. He was speaking so much about the Srinivasa Acharya. I still remember, many years before. So ideally, we should be hearing more and more about the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, as Kaviraj Goswami also says, Shri Chaitanya Leela ei amrutera sindhu Trijagat bhasaite pare yar ek bindu. So this is Shri Chaitanya Leela ei amrutera sindhu. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes, the pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees is amrutera sindhu, is the ocean of nectar. And how much is the nectar is there? Trijagat bhasaite pare yar ek bindu. Even one drop of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes has the potency to drown the whole creation in Krishna Prema. Tri Jagat Bhasaite. Bhasaite means drowning. Tri Jagat Bhasaite Yar Ek Bindu. One drop even has that. That's why. And if someone may argue, but sometimes it's difficult to understand Chaitanya-charitam. So Kaviraj Goswami says, Yeva nahi buje keha shunite seha ki adbhuta Chaitanya-charita. So the word is Yeva nahi buje keha. Even if you don't understand, sometimes this Madhurya, Prem or different things which has been mentioned by Lord Chaitanya, Yeva nahi buje keha shunite se. Even if you don't understand, you keep hearing again and again and again. So what will happen? Ki adbhuta Chaitanya-charita. You will see the miracles of Lord Chaitanya. I just read during this Chaitanya-charitam marathon, I found this quote, someone has shared that quote of His Holiness Devamrut Swami Maharaj. He said, Lord Chaitanya is known for the miracles. As soon as someone used to come in contact with Lord Chaitanya, immediately he used to, even Kaviraj Goswami speaks, Sei Pashandi hai Vaishnava Tatashana. Chaitanya Mangala Shune Jai Jana Sei Pashandi hai Tatashana. Maha Vaishnava hai. Means even the Pashandis, the Pakhandis, the non-devotees, the atheists also become the greatest Vaishnava just by hearing the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. So, Devamrut Maharaj was saying that Chaitanya-charitamrut is non-different from Lord Chaitanya. As we speak about Srimad Bhagavatam also, that Bhagavatam is non-different from Krishna. Similarly, Maharaj was saying that Chaitanya is non-different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So if someone is having Chaitanya-charitamrut at his home, and if every day all the devotees, all the family members, they're every day studying the Chaitanya-charitamrut, that means Lord Chaitanya appears at their home. And then he said, you will see, the statement of Maharaj is, as soon as the Chaitanya-charitamrut will be kept at someone's home and it will be studied, you will see the miracle at that place. That Lord Chaitanya. So we have seen, many times we hear that one person becomes a devotee and then he takes Srimad Bhagavatam, he takes Chaitanya-charitamrut, and eventually even the non-devotee family members, they also become the devotee by the impact of Lord Chaitanya. So here also Kaviraj Goswami says, Yeva nahi buje keha shunite seha ki adbhuta Chaitanya-charita. Even if you don't understand the technicalities, but still you keep hearing, what will happen? Krishna upajibe priti jani vera sera riti shunile badhayahita. The two effects, he says. Krishna upajibe priti janile rasera riti. So one natural affection, the love for Krishna will arise in the heart. And second thing is, Jani be rasiriti, one will understand different rasas, the dasya rasa, sakya rasa, just by hearing. That's why Kaviraj Goswami finally quotes Chaitanya-charitamruta Nitya karo pana, यहाँ है ते प्रेमानंद bhakti tattva jnana. So generally we hear Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya. One should read Bhagavatam, one should hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day. But then Kaviraj Goswami is saying Chaitanya-charitam Nitya Karapana. Yesterday only I saw someone shared the quote of Srila Prabhupada. I think Srila Prabhupada was having conversation with another devotee, and then Prabhupada quotes there. In the morning one should study Srimad Bhagavatam, in the evening one should study Bhagavad Gita, during the day one should study Chaitanya-charitam with the nectar of devotion, and the night before you sleep you should study Krishna book. I was wondering, Prabhupada says, Bhagavatam, nectar of devotion, Chaitanya-charitam with Bhagavad Gita and Krishna book. The whole day there should be something. So, तो यहाँ है ते प्रेमानंद भक्ति तत्व ज्ञान. So one will get the premananda and the bhakti tattva will become very much clearer. What to speak of ISKCON devotees, recently someone has shared a video of some outside speaker. There are so many nowadays, Vrindavan, many different Vaishnavas also speak. And a very strange thing, he said that although there are 4 sampradayas, and each sampradaya speaks about different devotional service, different things, but the clarity about the sadhana bhakti, different stages of sadhana bhakti, the clarity which has been given by Srila Rupa Goswami has been accepted by all the 4 sampradayas. I was very amazed when I heard this statement that ye nirvivad satya hai. This is absolute. The fact is that in all the 4 sampradayas, no one has given so much clarity about the devotional service, the science of devotional service, as Srila Rupa Goswami has mentioned. So, yaha hai te premananda bhakti tattva jnana. So, in this, okay. So that's why we should, not only during the appearance and disappearance, ideally we should have some program. So I heard like nowadays, practically everywhere, I think here also I heard like, just Namaz was mentioning that every Saturday we have the Chaitanya-charitam class. Even Vrindavan I saw, I was in Delhi, almost every place once in a week they have Chaitanya-charitam. As once we had the meeting in India with all the Indian leaders, and His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj was there. And he said that by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, now in the whole world everyone knows about Krishna. This Krishna consciousness sufficiently spread. So now it's our responsibility that people are becoming Krishna conscious. Now they should become Gaurang conscious. Let the whole world also know about Gaurang Mahaprabhu. And just I think almost 12 years before Maharaj was speaking in the meeting. So at least devotees should hear. So that, thank you very much once again. I don't know what's the time. Oh, it's already I crossed the time. Okay. Yes, sir. We have Maharaj, Advaita Krishna Guru. They can correct me. I might not be.
Wonderful. So, Abhiram Thakur, he studies Sridham, right?
Yeah.
He was also invited not invited in fact, to some ceremony when the Janvi mother's son took birth. They did not invite him.
So, Veerbhadra?
No, Abhiram.
The son of Janva.
Was born. So they did not invite him, but then he decided to go. I think Bhagaveshwar Pandit met him and said, "You did not go to Janava Mata?" He said, no, because nobody invited me. Then he decided to go because he was not invited. Why? If he is going to offer obeisance to their son, maybe he's going to die. So then he decided to go himself. He went to the residence of Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu has already told the boatman, don't take him. Do not carry him to this side. He talked to all the boatmen. And the boatman said, yes, we will not bring him to your place. The other side. Then he came to the bank. He asked the boatman to take him to all the boatmen, they refused. No, cannot. And he took his chadar, placed it on the
water.
He just stood on it. And then he came to the house of Janama Mata. And they were shocked. And he went straight and paid obeisance. That child was just born. Fortunately. I think that was Balabhadra.
Veerbhadra.
And fortunately it did not die because it's pure. But previously some of the sons, I think they left body.
Because of Abhiram.
Because of it. So the question is why Nityananda Prabhu's son passed away?
You can.
He was discovered by Nityananda Prabhu, right, in Govardhan, Abhiram Thakur.
Yeah.
And then
he was in some cave.
And then he wasn't so sure, but and he said, "Are you sure you are Sridham?"
Next race.
And he said, "Yes." And how do you know? He said, "We will have a race because only Sridham could actually run faster than Balaram." So he won the race. But then he was 18 feet tall because at that time, Lord Krishna's time, everyone was like 18, 17 feet tall. So Lord Nityananda, he put his hand on top of him, right? And he says, "You're not suitable for
Kali Yuga."
Lila. So he pressed him down to like a normal size.
I think I heard the other way, like this Sridham was asking, "Are you really Balram?" And yeah, that was you have to prove that you are Balram. Yeah.
It's interesting also, the other thing you said about the four things, that if someone performs Varnashram perfectly, do deity worship perfectly, and then he did all the
Holy places.
perfectly, and then
Vicharya Vedan, study Vedas.
The Vedas, still that doesn't qualify them, because these things are external. You know, Varnashram is external, worshipping the deity,
External.
if you are a Kanishta and you have no relationship with devotees, it's not going to take you back to Gareth. And the third thing is you can visit all the holy places, but you don't hear from sadhus. You are as good as Gokhara, cows and asses walking into holy places. And then the subject matter of the Veda is Traipunya Vishaya Veda and Traipunya Bhavartuna. So you don't get anything. It's just pious activities, right?
Anything Advait Prabhu?
No.
Any corrections for him?
Waiting to hear.
Yes, could you hear? Yes, sir.
Just when you mentioned about Prabhupada and also you mentioned about Chaitanya-charitam, the importance of reading Chaitanya-charitam. It's beyond, as you say, it's a postgraduate study. And the first time related to about Brahma, Gaudiya, Vaishnava. So Bhakti Chaudhary explained, elaborate on that, our relationship, our Krishna consciousness, unless we know Krishna, then we are good. So to know Krishna, it's only through Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yes.
Because Krishna, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha and Krishna both. So to get the highest pure devotional service is only through Radharani. And Radharani is in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like even Krishna, he don't know who he is that he is God or not. So he appears as a devotee, Chanavta, to taste the loving relationship. Why devotees love him so much? So that's the point. That's in our Gaudiya, Brahma Gaudiya, Vaishnava Sampradaya. So it's very important that we read Chaitanya-charitamrita So you can taste the nectar and so Chaitanya Prabhu, then you attain the perfect house. You love Krishna.
Yeah, I also heard, I think, maybe from this.
Kishore Maharaj is very elaborated in fact that whenever we are Vaishnava, we very the Vaishnava feel that, Brahma, Gaudiya is a Bengal, right? Those who worshippers of Radharani.
Yes,
is also like Gaudiya. Gaudiya is Radharani.
Yeah.
This relationship, that's why our sampradaya is very important to go deep into the subject Chaitanya. And the only ultimate, Prabhupada explains that also in many instances. Worship of Chaitanya-charitam, that's why we start our chanting of holy name, yes, Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. Without that, you can't get access to the holy name of God. Because that's something that comes to our mind. That's what the importance of chanting to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah, I also heard this maybe. Other seniors can maybe clarify. Well, I had this question, although he said a postgraduate study, Srila Prabhupada has said that, that go through Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya-charitam. But then I also heard like Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Maharaj speaks that one should read Chaitanya-charitam, Chaitanya Bhagavat first. And when you understand Chaitanya, then you can understand Bhagavatam more. That's what is mentioned. So maybe Maharaj can.
You mentioned about the four sampradayas now they are doing with the Swami. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
The Swami's teachings how Sambandha Abhidaya. So where did you find this?
Some katha is there, some outside katha, some speakers, not ISKCON speaker, some speaker from Vrindavan, he was speaking that the sadhana bhakti just explained by Rupa Goswami, that has been like appreciated by all the four sampradayas. I just like that statement. Yes. So what I heard like when I asked this, that all the Prabhupada says that Chaitanya is postgraduate, but the Bhaktivedanta Saraswati says that one should read Chaitanya Bhagavata and Chaitanya-charitam first. And what this says, Chaitanya Lila Amruta Pura, Krishna Lila Sukar Pura, Duhe Mili Hai Sumadhurya. So Chaitanya Lila is like the sweet rice, and Krishna Lila is like the camphor, or camphor karpura. Duhe Mili Hai Sumadhurya. So first you take the sweet rice and then add the camphor, then it becomes more sweet. So what I heard that although we say Bhagavad Gita is first, Bhagavatam is next, and Chaitanya is, and then Bhaktivedanta says that Chaitanya-charitam, Chaitanya Bhagavatam first. But then I heard like when you read Srila Prabhupada's purports, it's completely mixed. In Bhagavad Gita you will see Chaitanya-charitamrita, in Bhagavatam you will see Bhagavad Gita, and Chaitanya-charitam you will see Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So Prabhupada is like the combo, you can say. Everything at one place. Prabhupada started the translating Bhagavatam. The first thing he gave the whole life sketch of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it's a very strange thing. Although Prabhupada is giving the comment on Bhagavatam, the first thing he did in the introduction is Lord Chaitanya's life sketch. So
even in Bhagavad Gita it speaks about Chaitanya.
So that's one thing.
I think there's two principles of rasa and tattva, because it is more like a rasa shastra, Chaitanya-charitam. From that angle, unless you understand the whole philosophy of Bhagavad Dharma, which is the Srimad Bhagavatam, then you cannot understand the rasa tattva of Lord Chaitanya. From that angle, it is kind of postgraduate. But because the essence of bhakti is rasa, even Mahaprabhu, even Krishna speaks about the five rasas in the introduction to Bhagavad Gita. So therefore, we know the prayojana, which is explained in Chaitanya-charitam right from the beginning. So yes, you appreciate the prayojana, you appreciate the goal of bhakti, and then you can perform bhakti through sambandha, videya. So both is actually correct, isn't it? From that point.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.